Allah has given us another beautiful opportunity today in another Jumu'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to shower His mercy upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Khatimul Anbiya wa Imamul Mursaleen, the seed of all the prophets and the leaders of all the messengers. Allah continue to be with him, his companions, his household, and we that we are following his right path. May Allah gather us together and Al-Jannah to Firdaus. In continuation with what we discussed last week concerning a missing person in Islam, we've tried to establish who a missing person is in Islam and the conditions that must be fulfilled before we can declare somebody missing in Islam. All this, we have mentioned them last week. And the stand of each school of thought that we belong to, either the Malikiya, the Shafi'iyya, the Hanbaliya, and Shafi'iyya, Imam Abu Hanifa, Hanifiyya. In all these four schools of thought that we are following, we've defined to us what was their stand on the declaration of a missing person. And incidences that happened during the life of Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, we have discussed it extensively. I will just do a roger, like a revision of what we have done, so that we can understand better for those that were not here at the inception of the khutbah last week. We are made to understand that in Islam, a missing person is called al-mafqud. And we cited an example from what Nabi Yunus Sulaiman alayhi salam, what he said concerning the bird called Huda. From there, we are able to generate what al-mafqud is. We told us the stand of Imam Shafi, Imam Maliki, Imam Abu Hanifa, and Imam Hanbal. And we stood and we based our discussion on the stand of Imam Hanbal. We said, Imam Hanbal said that to his own understanding, he classified before declaration of saying that somebody is missing, he is upholding to two stands. That with these two conditions, we can declare person that we are looking for, we can declare him missing. One, a person that died in a Muslim land, maybe during battle, or maybe within an unfortunate incident. If such person died during that time, and we can't find the dead body of that person, and we might have waited for so many number of years, we can declare that person missing. We mentioned the number of years. Or somebody that we can't find the dead body, and we can't find him or her alive, and we waited for so many number of years, we can't find him, we can now declare that person missing, maybe after 4 years. If it is somebody that we can confirm that that person has died, but we can't find the dead body after 1 year, we declare him missing. But somebody that we know or we are not comfortable with his absence, that we are not sure, we are not convinced that that person is dead, after 4 years, we can declare that person missing. How we understood? Now, we are talking about the period that a woman can wait for. And what are the conditions that a woman that missed her husband, or her husband got missing? We are taking a case study of a man, not a woman now. Her husband, a woman that her husband got missing. For how long can she wait for? And what are the conditions that must be fulfilled? And I told us, there are two situations in Islam that can make a woman to go out of the way of her husband. Number one is at-talaq. And a woman cannot do talaq, divorce. It is the man, the husband, that can give talaq. Number two, that a woman can do is what we call fasihu. Fasihu means to terminate the marriage. So in the absence of the husband, what are the conditions that will necessitate a woman to ask for fasihu, the termination of a marriage between her and her husband? I told us an instance of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when a woman went to meet him and told her that I have not been seeing my husband for so many periods of time, I can't find my husband. Umar asked her radiallahu ta'ala anhu that she go and wait for a period of 4 years. Within that 4 years, and after that 4 years, the husband was not found. She went out to Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab as the Khalifa, as the Amirul Mu'minin of that time. She came back to him that, Ya Amirul Mu'minin, my husband has not been found. Umar radiallahu ta'ala asked her to go and wait for another 4 months and 10 days. This is the period that is obligatory on every woman that loses her husband, maybe due to death. The first one will be for a period of waiting, for maybe he's going to come back after 4 years. But if he didn't come back after 4 years, she is going to do another 4 months, 10 days. It will be assumed that the husband has what? Has died. That was the injunction that Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala passed on to this woman that went to him. After the 4th month and 10 days, if the woman couldn't find her husband, she can leave by the declaration of the jurist, of an Islamic jurist, according to what Umar radiallahu ta'ala did. Umar now asked, when the woman came back after the 4th month and 10 days, Umar now asked that, is there anybody in her family who can stand on the position of the husband? They said yes. They now called the woman. They now called the man. A woman now told the man that he should give the verdict of separation between her and her missing husband. So that was what Umar radiallahu ta'ala did to terminate the marriage between that woman that her husband was not found. And this is what we call fasihu. And what are other conditions that necessitated or that gave a woman power to ask for termination of marriage? We'll be mentioning them. We also cited an example of a woman that she was crying in the midnight. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala was going around the municipality. On getting to a particular house, he heard a woman singing a kind of a chorus that Atawala hazil layl wasiwada janibu wa arakana anna khalila ulaibu. He said, how on earth can this night be so long like this and the darkness of the day could not see the light of the day? She couldn't sleep because she was missing her husband. So she saw that night period as a period that can never see the light of the day. It was so long to her, and the darkness was there to the brim. And this time that I'm missing my husband, I don't have any beloved person to play with. That was what the woman was singing. فَوَاللَّهِ لَوْلَا خَشِيَةَ اللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ لَأَدْرَكَ مِنْ هَذَا الشَّرِيرِ جَوَانِبُهُ. The woman now swear that فَوَاللَّهِ, if not because of the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَوْلَا خَشِيَةَ اللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ, if not because of the fearness, of the consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, لَأَدْرَكَ مِنْ هَذَا الشَّرِيرِ جَوَانِبُهُ, I will have looked for, I will have sought for a playing mate I'll go out to go and look for a man to come and sleep beside me and be playing with me. Walakin akili wala ayaha yakufuni wa ukilima bali amtunala murakibu. The woman said, Walakin, if not because akili wala ayaha yakufuni, if not because I'm so bashful and I don't want to be unjustful to myself. I want to protect my chastity for my husband. I will have sought for somebody to come into this place and come and lie down on the bed of my husband on my matrimonial bed and should be now be touching me. But my husband is a valuable person to me. My husband, he has a very magnificent integrity in my heart. My husband is a loving person and a caring person. My husband is a pillar of support to me. I will never do that to him. That was the song a woman sang. And Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala heard about this. And the following morning, he now sent an errand. He sent an envoy on an errand to go and look for that woman and inquire what led her to that state of agony. On getting to her, the person that said now sent on an errand discovered that the woman, her husband was not around, and her husband was among the battalion. That said no one had sent on an errand for Futuhat to go and conquer the provinces that refused to submit to the will of Islam. Because during the time of Sayyidina Umar, he was able to do a lot of Futuhat. He was able to conquer a lot of provinces to ask them to come back to Islam, either willingly or for them to submit unwillingly. So when Umar heard this, he went to his daughter, as we told us last week. That was our mother among the Ummatul Mu'minin. Sayyidatuna Hafsa bint Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He went to her. He now asked her, "Oh my daughter, for how long can a woman be abstained from the conjugation of her husband with her?" The woman now told her, Sayyidatuna Hafsa, she now told her husband, her father, that, "Oh my father, how can it be you that you are the one that will not come to me to be asking me on this kind of privacy thing?" The father now responded that if not because of the Nazar Muslim Mu'minin, if not because of a particular condition that I want to bring out the Muslim from the bondage, I wouldn't have come to you to come and ask you about this. Because it's a private matter that a woman should ask a woman, a man should speak to a man about. Sayyidatuna Hafsa, in a riwayah, it was narrated that she did like this to her father, an ishara. She gave him a sign. What's the meaning of this? Is it 5 hours? Is it 5 days? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 5 months? Is it 5 years? It was not defined. Another riwayah said she did like this. Before another riwayah now said she did like this. Umar radiallahu ta'ala now asked her, "Oh my daughter, what's the meaning of this?" She now told her father, the present Amirul Mu'minin, that a woman can hold on to herself for 4 months without any conjugation between her and her husband. After that 4 months, she will start to be in a distressed state. That's why I'm telling you, brothers, those of you that have been away for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, some of you have been away from your wife for like 2 years now, in the name that you are working. What do you want to tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you stand in front of him? Some of you gave your wife opportunity to go and misbehave around. Because you are not there. So every one of us, we should strategize to balance the equation of our work and the places of our work. One should not suffer. Because Quran has already told us that wherever we are residing, that is where our women should reside with us. But see the situation we found ourselves. Are we not going to go out to go and source for provision to feed our family? The Quran has already told us that after our salawat, either your salat subhi, فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ, go onto the earth, وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ, and go and look for the sustenance that will keep you running in life, that will bring tranquility with you in a lawful way. Quran has told us that. That is why when we are talking about seeking for money, we were told that we must work. And I give all the instances and ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the quotation of Umar radiallahu ta'ala. Even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that a man, it's better for a man to go out into the bush, with his rope and axe and cutlass, to go and cut firewood and bring it into the town, place it on his shoulder. If you can't put it on his head, place it on his shoulder and bring it to the town to come and sell. It's better for that person, an honorable person in Islam, to do that than to sit down and be expecting anything from anybody to come and give you. So me and you now, we came out from the dungeon that we are. Every one of us, we came down here to come and work, to seek for the sustenance to keep the family running. And we should seek for halal. As we keep telling us, any iota of haram in your means of survival, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will throw it back to you. It can deny you an al-Jannah. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala, you now heard this from his daughter, Sayyidatuna Aisha. Sayyidatuna Hafsa. He now went back to go and call all the companions around him then. He now told them that now from today, go and retrieve, or you call back all the people that have been on the field, on the battlefield, that have gone for one expedition or the other. Go and call them back. Those that have spent 4 months, they should come back and come and see their family. And then he gave the condition, or he gave the opportunity that if they need to trek, they should trek for 1 month, be on the field for 4 months, and come back home with another 1 month. Indicating that within the period of 6 months, a man should not be absent away from home without seeing his family. Then, during the lifetime of Umar radiallahu ta'ala, the way we have expansion in technological advancements now, we don't have it there. That they need to wait for 4 years. Now, within 2-3 minutes, if you want to know what is happening in America, we can know it. Within 2-3 minutes, we can know what is happening in America. But then, tools and technologies to be used for them to go in search of a missing person were not there. So some scholars said, the 4 years Umar mentioned, the 4 years Imam Ahmad mentioned, was because there was absence of what? Absence of tools to be used to search for a missing person. But now we have a lot of tools that we can use. So some of the scholars now said, because of this development and opportunity that we have now, we can stay for 1 year. After 1 year, the Sharia court can now declare. So that means the 4 years that was used then, we can't use it now. Because as we are talking now, there is a tool, there is an instrument that can be used to track every one of us here. It's just like your mobile phone that you are using. They can track you from anywhere. An example, if we don't know, like a boy that they traced to Jigawa last week. It was his phone that the DSS or the SSS tracked to know his location. And they brought him. From there, they brought him to Abuja without missing their targets. So you can see the developmental or the technological advancement that we have today and where we find ourselves today, indicating that the 4 years that Umar told that woman, And the 4 years that we read in the fatwa of Imam Hanbal that we are using his own stand, we can put it aside and look for another lesser number of years, which is 1 year. So if a woman has waited for 1 year and her husband did not return back, the Islamic jurist, the Islamic judge, has the autonomy from all Islamic point of view to declare that after 1 year, go and do your iddatul wafat. Iddatul wafat is the widowhood period of a woman to stay at home that 4 months, 10 days. And we have explained what will happen within this period. We have explained to ourselves too. If a woman is pregnant during that time, within that 4 months, 10 days, her pregnancy will show. And if it's somebody that maybe it's like 7 months or 9 months before it show, you people will have noticed something in her. Those of you around her. And it's also a period for her to mourn her husband. This period is not a period that a woman must not wear another cloth apart from black clothes. It's not part of Sharia. That a woman that loses her husband must continuously be wearing black clothes. It's not part of our religion. The only thing she must not do, we have iddah and idad. Iddah is the waiting period. Idad is the abstinence from her to be adorning herself, to be coming out elegantly. So a woman can wear any kind of clothes as far as they are not flashy clothes within that period of time. So what we are saying now is that 4 years that we have read about to us is not what we can use today because we have an advancement in technology as of today. Summary. Conditions that can make us to declare somebody missing. Number 1, maybe there was a capsize of ship or vessel or any of these means of transportation on the water. Maybe one of our persons traveled by flight. After some time, we heard that the flight or the aeroplane had got crashed. The rescue team, they tried to find out, maybe they can rescue some people, they couldn't. We waited for some time. We couldn't see his return. Maybe he wasn't part of the victim of those that perished with the accident of the aircraft. Number 3, somebody that went for a battle of Islam, went for an expedition of Islam, and we never saw his return. After 1 year, we can declare that person as a what? As a missing person. We must wait for a certain period of time before anybody can be declared missing. And I've told us, at what period, who is the person that has the audacity, who has the authority to declare a person missing? If you are an Islamic state, the Grand Qadi of the Sharia court is the one that has the power. The supreme power belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the power in the court belongs to the chief judge. So the Grand Qadi is the number 1 judge in the Sharia court. He is the one that will now pronounce that from now on, we declare this person missing. I mentioned to us the 3 conditions that we must satisfy before we declare anybody missing in Islam. I've mentioned them last week. So now, we need to wait for a period of 1 year. Because of what? Because of the technological advancement that we have. Number 2, if the Sharia allows the jurist, the chief judge, to declare, as we have mentioned, is going to declare that from today, this person is missing, then his wife to go and perform iddatul wafat, that her husband is late. She has to go and observe that widowhood period of 4 months and 10 days. Number 3, the number of years, which we explained earlier to us, that Umar radiallahu ta'ala knew, we are taking him as a case study. He gave 4 years to that woman. After some time, he gave her another 4 months and 10 days. Before he now asked one of the relatives of the husband to terminate the marriage between that woman and her missing husband. Now, what are the conditions? Part of my summary. What are the conditions that can make a woman to ask that I want to terminate this my marriage? And for how long? What condition must she fulfill before she will be granted? Number 1, if a woman is at home and her husband is nowhere to be found, she can ask for separation, termination of that marriage if they are hungry. Maybe her and her children, if they are hungry. Or even if she is the one alone. If she is the one alone and she has demand, but she is hungry, nobody is around to cater for her, she can ask the Islamic court that I want fasq. I want termination of my marriage. Because I'm hungry. The question now is, what if the husband doesn't have any liquid cash on ground? She has been enduring, but the endurance has gotten to a peak point that she can no more endure. It's getting to a place that is going to affect her iman, and she don't want to throw her iman into the trash. Our scholar said, if the husband has a property, we can sell the property and start using it to do what? To feed this woman. But she can't single-handedly do it. An injunction must be placed. We are talking about the Sharia of Islam now. That we must follow the what? The due process. It's not that we just stand up. Yes, the CFO of my husband landed property is with me. We are feeling hungry, we are hungry, we are doing this, go and sell it. No. The husband has a relative. And there is no woman that we don't have our meal. That is why we are told that as a righteous Muslim, anywhere you find yourself, the first place you should locate is a masjid. If you want to rent a house, try and look for where you can get a masjid around. Those should be the Muslim observing prayers in that one should be your immediate family. The imam, the righteous imam there, should be your father. You should be under the custody of that imam. A righteous imam. You can see I put a conditional clause. It should be your father. So those are the ones that you can table your cases to. They will now guide you on the Kitabullah wa Sunnatul Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm not talking of our own conventional judiciary. I'm talking of our own Sharia court. The conventional judiciary, the conventional court, or customary court, or magistrate, or whatever, they too, they have some stipulated laws that are binding these conditions. But it can never be fulfilled like that of the one that Sharia of Islam has already established. So this woman can be allowed, after the full due process has been observed, she can be allowed to sell her husband's property. Or whoever is going to sell the husband's property and give her, and maybe if she's the only one or with the children, and give her part of that money to be using to what? To feed her and the children. I even if she's the only one, but she's not ready. She is so much in anticipation that her husband will come back. But maybe when the husband will come back, she must not be languishing in poverty. She must not be languishing in hunger. She needs to eat. So the money has to be given to her. That is number one. Among the conditions that can make a woman to ask for termination of marriage. Number two, if a woman is the type that she always wants her husband around her. And she doesn't want to perform adultery. She doesn't want to do fornication. She now approached the family, or she approached the Islamic court, that I can no longer wait again. As we've established, for how many months? The Sayyidina Umar, Ibn Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, gave to the Muslims that those of you that you are away, after so month, you should come back to your women. The minimum that was established then, was that after 6 months, every man should go and see his woman, the legal woman, the legal wife that you have at home. A man should not be away from his wife or his wife for a good 6 months. You know, the daughter of Umar radiallahu ta'ala, the wife of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hafsa, told her father that what? A woman can hold herself for how many months? For 4 months. But Umar had 1 month in the front and another month that if they go travel for 1 month, they spend 4 months on the battlefield, another 1 month they should come back to their women, making 6 months. But body chemistry differs. Body chemistry of individual woman, it differs. So also the men too. And the way the men can hold on to themselves, the woman will not be able to have that control. It will be found out from the Islamic panel, the jurists, they will investigate, proper investigation, that is it true that this woman, she can't hold on to herself more than so period. They can even send her to an hospital for investigation. This is part of what will be done. And that's why we are encouraging our younger Muslim brothers and sisters to go into medical practices. The best of the best hospitals in the world, they are Christians that are operating it. The best surgeon in the world is a Christian. The best gynecologists are those doctors that take care of our women alone. That's their own area of specialization. You that your woman is wearing female, or she is covering her face, doing everything. Now you want to consult a gynecologist. It's a kafir. It's a non-believer that doesn't have any human feeling. For the Muslim brother that are wearing beards, not to talk of the Muslim woman that are doing what? Wearing female and ordinary hijab. That's why we are encouraging us, those that are still studying, those of you that are still raising children, and those of us that were asking Allah to give us children and is going to give us blossom children, inshallah, that we should send our children to medical schools so that our sisters that are covering their nudity, one idiot will not be seeing what they are covering when it is time of birth, or when they need to give them injection, or whenever they go for consultation. They do molest some of these our sisters. They do molest some of these our wives. Can see what you are covering. So, brothers, let's encourage the younger generation that are coming to venture into this one area of specialization. We have enough in engineering, we have enough in accountancy, but we have very insignificant figure in area of medicine. That's supposed to be a source of concern to me and you. That how you want to project the identity of Islam. As I keep telling us, it's not just this Hamsu Salawat. That is not the only thing that I'm learning from all. That yes, I don't miss my daily 5 prayers. I don't miss every Juma. You know, there's an hadith that said, if you are able to complete 40 numbers of Jum'at, you started the khutbah with the Imam till the end that you observe the prayer, within those 40 numbers of Jum'at, you are going to enter Al-Jannah, as far as you are doing right too. That you didn't miss any 40 Jum'at. 1, 2, 3. That is 40 weeks. That you pray Jum'at from the beginning of the khutbah till the end. You pray in 40 without missing anyone 40 times, you are going to enter Jannah as far as you are doing the right thing that Allah asks you to do. It's not just this. In the muamalat that we are practicing in this world, what is our quota that we are contributing? As I keep telling us, we the Muslims, we should wake up from our slumber. We shouldn't be I support. That anything they say is okay. You too should contribute. But you must contribute with what? With knowledge. We shouldn't be among the duala. So that every time they will not be seen with the Muslim at the backyard. They will also see us in the what? In the front. We should not leave any profession. Any profession. We shouldn't leave it to any other field. If we have missed that opportunity, we should try as much as possible to give it to our children, to give it to our younger ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. So this woman that said that she can't hold on to herself, she needs to see a man. Islamically, we can terminate that marriage. And that is what we call al-fasiq. This one is not talaq now. I've differentiated what is talaq and fasiq. The talaq will come from the husband. Divorcing a woman will come from the husband. What will come from a woman is al-fasiq. We terminate this marriage. So, if a woman, after 2, 3, 4 months, she can't even wait for 6 months, if she is eager to leave, she will be investigated and we set her free if there is element of sincerity in it. So we can set a woman free after that. Part of the condition that can make us declare, or after the declaration of a missing person, what the conditions, the things that will be happening to the woman is what we are mentioning now. Another one is within this period of time that we are asked, or that the woman is asked to wait for her husband, we now discover that this woman, she lacks patience. She couldn't wait for even 1 month. She couldn't wait for 4 months. She couldn't wait for 6 months. And she now engaged herself with another man. In the process, the husband that has been declared missing now returned back. If that husband is still interested in that his wife, the Islamic law has the power to dissolve the new marriage. And if the husband, the former husband, is interested in marrying her again, he will marry her. And that second husband, he has to return the mahar, the sadaki, that the first husband had paid. Now another condition here. What if that woman has gotten, she is in a state of pregnancy, and the original husband now comes back, and he said he's still interested in his former wife? The scholar said that second husband, if he's somebody that doesn't have the knowledge of what he has done, he will be set free because he is an ignoramus person. He is a jahili. He is an ignorant person. We will wait for that woman to deliver her baby. Then we give the baby to that man because he doesn't know any injunction that has binded him on that situation that he has found himself. Are we getting it? But if we discover that second husband that married that woman within our waiting period, if it's an alim, somebody who is enlightened, the Sharia court is going to flog that man. The Sharia court will flog that man. And if that woman delivers, that baby that she's going to deliver or that she delivered will be taken away from that man. It will not be given to him. And it will not be allowed for that son or that daughter to bear the name of that man that impregnated his mother or her mother. So that baby will be answering her mother's name, or that son will be answering his mother's name. We'll be calling him or her Waladul Ummu. If the person that married that woman while we are waiting for her husband is somebody that has the knowledge of what Islam says about that situation, he will be flogged and he will be denied the ownership of that baby. And the baby cannot answer the name of his first mother's husband, so he will be bearing his mother's name, indicating that he will be bearing the surname of his mother. Islamically, brothers, Islamically, our wife are not supposed to bear our surname. Islamically, so it's Western inclination that we bend towards. Our wife are not supposed to bear our name. That after you get married, finish, your wife will go to court to change. Those of you that went to court to change name. It's not necessary in Islam. She can be in your house and still be bearing her father's name. But you know, at times where you will be having problems because of where we find ourselves, maybe we want to travel abroad now. Your children are bearing your name, she is bearing her father's name. There might be a difficulty. But in Islam, it's not compulsory, but it's better. We have one blind man during the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the one that used to call to prayer after Bilal. Bilal is the one that we first of all call the first prayer. That person is called Abdullah ibn Maktoum. He was a blind man. He was the one that we call the second prayer. You know, it's as-salatu khairun minan nawm. It's the one that we're supposed to first of all call it, not the second one. It's the one, but we are reversing it. May Allah forgive every one of us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you people are eating sahur, we discussed this during Ramadan this year. If you are eating sahur during Ramadan, continue eating when you had the call of Bilal ibn Abi Rabah. Is the first person that we call. But when you hear the call of Abdullah ibn Maktoum, you stop eating. And if you be a blind man, come and see. There was an expedition that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they went for one battle. He was the one that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam handed over the leadership of Medina. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave it to him, a blind man. And the people that their sight is rarely open, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not give them, indicating that it's not our physical appearance that matters. So let's come back to what we are discussing. A woman that asks that I can't hold on for 2 months, I can't hold on for 3 months, I can't hold on for 4 months. If she wants to go, Islamically, we can terminate the marriage. We can terminate the marriage. Now, after waiting so many years, after waiting so many months, we can't find the husband. We can't find the children's father. Can we declare the father dead? The children will ask us that where is their father's grave? That you are calling us now orphan. Can we share the person's property? Questions will be raised. It is clearly stated that if we have waited for the waiting period and the person didn't come back and he has an investment and he's the one that is managing the investment, or let me start from this. If he has a manager that is managing his investment for him, he has filling station, he has school, he has a business that he's doing, but you can't do it alone. You need support. So he has a manager. In his absence, Islamically, that person should continue to be doing what? To be managing it. But he must be giving account of whatever is going on. But if there is nobody, maybe this man is the only one overseeing his business. No, definitely you can't do your business alone. But all the power of the business in his name, he doesn't have manager. He is the manager, he is the director, he is the CEO, he is the GMD, he is the everything. He is the president of his company. But we can't find him. And the children are young. As a responsible Muslim Ummah, are we going to leave our eyes widely open like this and let the investment to go to the water? No. This is where the Amirul Mu'minin now comes in. In this situation, the Amirul Mu'minin will now take charge, or he will now assign somebody from his own domain, a trustworthy person, that you have to go and take care of this investment, so that it will not turn to rubbles, it will not turn to rubbish, it will not be mismanaged. This person will now be giving feedback to the Amirul Mu'minin. Amirul Mu'minin, what I mean is like this, our Sultan. It's like our Imam in our immediate environment. The people that are guiding us in our cause. Brothers, I keep telling us, if you want to follow anybody in Islam, don't do a dogmatic followership. Don't follow person as an individual. Follow person because you are getting the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for him and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Imam, the Qadi, the Sultan, the Amirul Mu'minin of that our area has appointed somebody to be managing that business. That person will now be doing what? Be giving a feedback to the what? To the leader of the Muslim that's overseeing that activity. It is from there they will now be given whatever they need to give. Now, in the absence of a missing person, who are those that should benefit from his resources? We have 3 people that can benefit. Number 1 is wife. She's the number 1 person that will continue to be benefiting. All this before she will terminate the marriage. As soon as she terminates the marriage, we don't have any obligation on her again. Because what binded us together has been cut off. So number 1 person, if the woman is so patient that I want to wait, inshallah, Allah will return my husband. Inshallah, innahu ala raji'i laqadir. This is an ayah that you can be reciting for a person you are asking for his return. Innahu ala raji'i laqadir. On his return, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala laqadir. So this is a nakali that I'm giving you. Innahu ala raji'i laqadir. If a missing person, you don't know the location of your person, and you've not heard from him for long, and you have not heard that he has been killed, he has been swallowed by the shark, he has gotten an accident. You don't have all that information. Just be doing innahu ala rajihi laqadir. Inshallah, if he's still alive, Allah will turn him back to you. So number 1, a woman is the one that the wife must be the first contact person that was benefiting from the resources of the husband. Number 2, the children that he was still nursing while he was at home. If he has a grown-up children that they started fending for themselves, they are not entitled to anything that their mother and the younger ones are going to benefit again. They are his children, but they are grown-up children. They are working. They started taking salary. Either it's meager or it's mega. They are not going to be benefiting from the investment of their father, their missing father, that they will be using the returns from that investment to be feeding their mother and the younger ones. Number 3, if this missing person also has his parent alive, either both or one of them, they will be feeding the parents from the investment. The way they will be feeding his wife and his children, because the father is also a dependent. After this, any other people on his payroll, either friends, extended family, uncle, cousin, all of them will be cut off. All of them will be cut off. You know now, his property, his investment has not been shared. We are using it to run his family. Every other people, even though that his wife knows that every month my husband used to pay this for these people. Even the time of zakat, when zakat comes on board, when it is time that he used to give zakat, they will value the investment, they will deduct zakat, even in his absence, and pay the zakat to those that need to take the zakat. But as soon as this person is no more around, all the people connected to him that are benefiting from him, they will truncate them. They will terminate whatever they are getting from him, except 3 people: the wife, the children that he was still nursing, not the grown-up ones that are working, and the parents. These are the conditions that must be fulfilled for the family of a person that is not around. The last one is, now a woman has married, she has gone. The sadaki that the former husband, the missing husband, paid, and after some time the husband now came back, what will the former husband, the first husband, what will he take? There is a lot of ikhtilaf on what the ulama says. Maybe the current sadaki as at that time is what the husband, the new husband, is going to pay in return. Or the amount the first husband paid is what he's going to collect. There is ikhtilaf. There is no unanimous consensus, to do my best of knowledge as at now on this issue. So that one will be paused like that. Now, somebody has been declared missing. We've waited for so long, he never came back. After 10 years, the person now came back, and all his property has been shared. What will happen? The fatwa there is, as soon as the person comes back, all what is available in the hands of those that have inherited, they will collect everything together and return it back to him. Anything that is available as a debt, those that have iman, they will return it. Those that don't have iman, they won't return. So anything that cannot be found again, that one has gone. That was how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala planned it. So that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to pay him back a manifold on the day of Qiyamah. So, summarily, we've defined whom a missing person is, the condition that must be met before we declare that somebody is missing or somebody is dead, but we can't find the corpse. The woman, the wife of a missing person, what situation or what conditions can we meet before we start allowing her to touch the husband's property? Before we can accept her demand on either to terminate the marriage or not? What will happen to the children? What conditions must be met before we can declare the children orphan? And who are those that must benefit from the inheritance of the missing person? After waiting for so many years, either he is missing or he is dead, we have fulfilled the waiting period. What will happen? Who are those that will benefit? We have explained all this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect every one of us and give us the better understanding of whatever we have said and whatever we continue to be saying. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallam taslima bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Alhamdulillah, Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has taken us to this point in the discussion of our khutbah today. And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, all what I have discussed since last week and the first part of this khutbah is going to be the closing session of who is a missing person. The second part of it is just an enlightenment to us to better understand the way we are living in our contemporary society and the way we are relating to the people that are not of our faith. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the leverage or the opportunity to allow a non-believer to enter our mosque? Can a kuffar or a mushrik, can such person enter our place of worship? What condition must be fulfilled, must be satisfied before we allow them to enter our masjid? An incident happened here last week after the salat, and that is what I want to try to portray some points about. So also there was an incident 3 weeks ago that was reported to me, but that of last week I witnessed it. Reason why I want to talk about it, because brothers, if we are not careful, even the believing brothers among us, because of our attitude, some of them are going to leave Islam for us. And I keep telling us that our attitude towards our Muslim brothers must be of paramount importance to us. Our attitude to other non-believing people around us must also be of highest priority to us. During the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a man that was called Adi ibn Atim al-Atoyi. He was a non-believer. He was from a local place called Toy. This place is in the province far north of Medina. This Toy is from a particular place called Hill. Hill is a place close to Yamama. We've talked about a Saadi, a king called Tufail Ibn Amri al-Dawsi, the person that Abdurrahman ibn Sahar, Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala, that brought Abu Huraira to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yamama was a place where a battle was fought, and Musaylima al-Kazzab was killed during the battle of Yamama. I want to talk about two Christians that later became people of epitome in Islam, people of pride in Islam, people that had and died with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and after his death, they never did ridda. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent his companion on an expedition. They now went to Hill. On getting there, before they got there, Hadi ibn Atim al-Atoy, he had been hearing about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was a Christian. He wasn't a mushrik. Mushrikun are those that are idol worshippers. This one was a Christian, like you have Christians around us. Like the brother that was covering us here 2 weeks ago and last week. He was a Christian, but why did you allow him in our masjid? Does it mean while he was in our presence, in our masjid, all our prayer will not be accepted? Because just because of attitude of one person has given that person another bad impression about us. And brothers, let me tell us something. When we started observing our Salat Jummah here, last month make it exactly 2.5 years. that we have been praying in this masjid. We started from that other building there at that junction. We started May 2020 when the restriction of lockdown was removed, when we came back to work. Brother said, no, we can't go to that fertilizer month. Let's start. We started like 2-3. I know at times I had to stand in front of 2-3 brothers here. But alhamdulillah today. One of our brothers, he used to be a Christian up to today. He was the one, or he is the one. He was the one, because he's now a pastor. That will not be saying, going around, come on, we are praying this masjid, we are praying this masjid. He was doing it to call brothers together, but he's not going to get any reward. But he was doing it with good heart. The person I'm talking is still with us today. He won't get any reward for calling Muslim brothers to do what? To come and pray together. He's doing good, but he will not be rewarded. But are we going to tell him that one? I want to try to give us a summary or the genesis of how we are here, so that we know how to treat people. You, that you are doing it, that you think you are doing it, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you that He has accepted it. That's why I keep telling us, whatever we want to condemn, we must condemn it on basis of Qur'ani or Sunnah to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can't just look at anybody from head to toe and just condemn that person. Because somebody is not putting beard, because somebody is not doing this research, because one woman is not covering her hair, doesn't mean that she's going to enter hellfire. You leave her with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do your own da'wah. Do your da'wah without abusing anybody, without telling them that there is no any other thing they are going to enter hellfire. Then we enter Jannah. You that you are talking, who are giving you the certificate? So if you want to fight for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should know the kind of fight you want to fight. So that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not restore the fight back to your head. Adi Ibn Atim al-Adoi, he was a person in the society. He wasn't a king, but you know there are some chiefs in community, in some kingdoms. The honor and respect that they have is more than that of the king. I can cite an example of somebody in Nigeria, in Mina. They used to call him Tagba Mina. If he's coming out maybe during Saturday, the horses he's going to bring to eat, you think maybe it's the Oba that is the emir that is coming. There are some people like that even the king, the emir, will never joke with them because they command respect. The only thing they don't have is the throne of the kingship. That is the kind of person that Adi Ibn Atim al-Atoi was. So he never wanted to accept Islam. He now ran away. He ran to Sham. When he got to Sham, he met other Christians. But his life became very miserable in Sham. Faru min Allah. He ran away, not just to meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He now thought that he's going to meet Christians, that he's going to have everything in tranquility. He got to their place. Life became very miserable for him. Because he was an Arab. These people are Greek. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was sending his battalions to go and conquer some villages, they go to Hahir, the community or the village of Adi Ibn Atim al-Atoi. On getting there, they conquer everybody in that community and they now brought them back to Medina. When they got to Medina, they handed them over to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A sister, one riwayah means narration. One riwayah said is a woman, I want to mention her name, Safana. They call her Safana. Safana was the sister of Adi. Another riwayah said no, she was his aunt. That means maybe his father, elder sister, or his father, younger sister. Wallahu alam. Whatever is she, whoever she is a relative of Adi Ibn Atim al-Atoi. One very day, she now stood up among the prisoners of war. She now said, Ya Muhammad, I want my freedom. Just like that. And you know this Arab, They don't have respect for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They used to call him his name direct like that. Before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed unto them in Surah Al-Hujurat that you should not be calling Muhammad like that. Muhammad is not your mate. So also I'm telling us, our Imam, our scholars, our righteous malam around us, don't just say here because you know when they gave birth to him. You don't do that. You not honor him with the integrity of the Quran that is in him. Even if it is last born of your house, you call him Mala Abu Qadir, Mala Muhammad. You honor him because of what? The honor of Quran. That is why Imam chief position is very sensitive. After this discussion now, I want to discuss about al-masjid. What is a mosque? How many types of mosques do we have? Who should be our Imam? He called Muhammad like that. Muhammad never got angry. That I want my freedom, release me. But she later accepted Islam before she left. So she now went to meet Ali. Ali was the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was what? Was also the son-in-law, and he was the fourth caliph. Ali now told Safana that tell him to give you a camel that you are going to ride from here back to your community. She had already accepted Islam. She now went back to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She was calling Muhammad yesterday. Today he has told to Ya Rasulullah. Every one of us, what we give honor, what we add value to our life, let's look for the thing in a lawful way. If you know these people are not respecting you, what will they make them respect you? Is knowledge. Go to Islamia, go and learn Quran. They are humiliating you, humiliating your mother, humiliating your family in the neighborhood. What can bring honor to my family? I need to go and study. Ask Allah to give me position. Ask Allah to give me money. Do not come back. All those that are calling your mother by name, that they are not calling her Mama Seyidu, all of them, they will put idea before they call her name. What will bring value to your life? That you not be a backward person, you not be a rejected stone, you not be a downtrodden person to society. Brothers, let's wake up from our slumber, let's go and look for it. And we should look for what will be beneficial to us. And where you know you won't fit in, where you know you won't fit in, don't go there. Don't say because you are ably fit, you are tall, you are this, all the specification of Nigeria Army. You have it. But you don't have the strength, you have the body physique. Don't go there. If you go there after 2-3 days, maybe if they are doing their training in depot in Zaria, that is when you pass out. You have the body physique, but the strength, the what is there here, you don't have it. So also, you have to do engineering. Don't go say dole, I want them to be calling me doctor. If you go to medical line, it is year 2 that they will send you away. وَمَا مِنَّا إِلَّا لَهُ مَقَامٌ مَعْلُومٌ. It's an ayah in Quran. Kowa ìsan déédéé bángẹ́rẹ́ sá. Tó bá lọ yọjú láyé aláyè, kó tó ti àyè aláyè tó ti lọ yọjú dé, àyè ló ti dàyè aláyè. You are supposed to be selling garri. You now say two. You be selling garri here at Idashi. You now say yes. I serve food that we were raised together in our neighborhood. She's selling bags of rice in Ido. You too, you want to go there. You see, when you go there, before you come back, the small place that you are selling garri here, one Mala Aboki don't stay there, don't be sensual. You will fight. At the end of the day, Mala Aboki will become the owner of that place. You will not be hanging about. Everybody should know his size. Every shoe has its own size now. And if you're asking for Allah's blessing, Albarka won't trust you and don't God. Allah bani albarka, Allah bani albarka. Allah zai iya doka maka albarka, ya baka albarka, ma zai fi karfin kai ka. Albarka yana tuna ma wasu asiri. So daidai abun da will benefit us, that will fit us in the position that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to place us, that is what we should ask for. Now let's come back. Safana asked Rasulullah sallallahu give her camel. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I will give you camel, but on one condition. The road is not safe now, and I won't allow only you as a woman to go back to your place. So she went out to Ali ibn Abi Talib. She told Ali ibn Abi Talib that I've met Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is what he said. So after 2-3 days, people that came from that geographical location, they now came around. So they now handed Safana with the camel of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They handed her over to them. So they were the one that now returned her back to him, to their community. On getting there, she couldn't find her brother. Adi Ibn Atim al-Atoi, he has gone to where? To Sham. After 1 day, 2 days, she couldn't find him. She had to travel down to Sham. On getting there, she accused him. She blasted him. That you ran away. I didn't think your father is alive. Will you run away from your father? You left everybody. You that everybody is looking at you in the community. That you are a responsible person. You should shoulder the affairs of everybody. You now ran away because of Muhammad. But the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that you ran away from is not a miserable person the way you are thinking. Safana became the person that was doing dawah for Adi. In Medina, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, while sitting with his companion, he said, "Oh Allah, I'm asking you a day that Adi Ibn Atim al-Atoi will enter here and is going to give me his hand that he wants to accept Islam." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this. So immediately, Safana spoke to her brother or her nephew or her niece, Adi ibn Hisham. Immediately, he rode his camel and he came straight to Medina to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was going straight to the masjid. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the masjid that very day, and Hadi wasn't a Muslim. Everybody, as he was entering Medina, they knew him. Because it's somebody that has a royal status. They knew him. So everybody said, what is Hadi coming to do here? He is not a Muslim. They were following him till they got to Masjid Nabi. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now asked, who is that person? They said it's Hadi. As he entered into the masjid straight, he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he gave his hand to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also accepted his hand. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in a majlis with his companions doing ta'lim for them. After little time, they left. As they were going, a woman, an old woman, now stopped Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the road. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam paused and listened to her. Immediately after the conversation, Hadi said, "This can never be the attribute. This can never be a characteristic of a king. This attitude that this man has displayed is a characteristic of a prophet. That for my status, as I am in the society, for this man to have asked me to wait at this point in time to answer this nobody woman. Nobody can do that in this time except a prophet or a messenger of God." See a first point. Those of you that you sideline your family members because of the idiot friends that you are going to party together. So there in this Lagos, you see some people, because they have opportunity of going to poly, only 1 degree, maybe it's even pass, but he was opportunity to be working in a clerical organization when he wants to do marriage. His mother that was selling akara the kosi in village. Say, Mama, kaki damuza mo ya ore mo a Lagos. When my mama will damuto, it's because he knows his mother, all her teeth is brown. If you tie a wrapper, one will be down, one will be up. She can't fit the chair in the reception. Whoever does that for his parent, wait for your own children to do it for you. In a Robaka, like you saw, Ugo Kalolo, the Bunyanis. Coming Allah, they are Yafimamutu. Ama, the reward of do Abudenkai, Allah Zebaka. Some of us, our parents are still there now. They are still crying. Allah, let Saeed be successful in Lagos. Allah, let Abdul Karim be successful in Lagos. Allah, let Muhammadu Abdul Karim be successful in Lagos. They are there, fasting. As I used to tell them, Some women that you see up to today that are going to soothsayer, they still not go and give them boka. Some of these women is because of me and you. Because when your father impregnated your mother, you were so stubborn in the abdomen, right from embryo. You were so stubborn. And up to now, that stubbornness is still in you. Even as you are married, you are a grandfather, up to now, your mother is still running after you. Your mother is still talking about you to Allah. It is that same mother you forget in the village. In Rabbaka, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they proceeded after answering that old man. Along the line, some other women also came. They intercepted him. He listened to them. This one, Rasul, ask for Allah for me to do this. Ask Allah until they got to the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On getting there, with the level of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what should Adi be expecting? To see like a palace. And they opened the door of the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What they saw in the sitting room of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a sack that they put leaf inside. That is the kitchen that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is sitting on. That is the Muhammad that me and you are following. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam picked that and he gave it to Adi. The Adi, sit down, you are my August visitor, sit down. Adi said no. He threw it back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah said, I said you should sit down. He said no. Rasulullah said, I said take it and sit down. After the third time, he sat on it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now sat on the floor. Brothers, let us be humble. Let us be humane. Let the humility be in us. Who are you and what are you? That you are a salary earner. Even your father, your mother, before you be able to talk to you, she will start Ayatul Kursi. You told me, they be scared of you. You are not a CEO, but you don't own a company. They are paying you 250,000. They are seeing you as the government against you. Salary long gaffer. Or someone should fún yẹn fa. Ke ba ka biya mota ne fa, ana biyan ka ne fa. Kuma yaye ka suna so su yi magana da kai sai su roki Allah. Ẹlòmí ò ké ṣe ìfikún tó bọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Brother, abun da yake faru ke nan nake gaya muku fa. I'm not fabricating what I'm saying. It's something that is happening that we are intervening upon. Do you know the number of people in this labor that they have forgotten that they have origin? They forgot where they came from, and they are making it. But Ido should have Udu want it la. Every one of you don't forget where you came out from. Remember the day. I have to say one thing every time. Maybe because of my experience. Remember the day, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to withdraw all your veins, your blood will be there, but you will cease functioning. You'll be looking like this for 5 hours. You won't be able to turn your head like this. Oh my God, they might even declare you. They will call the doctor, doctor, he's still breathing. But you are there like this. Your wife don't go. Your children, they are already safe, they are abroad. Who will now be with you? Did Allah promise you that this is the health that you continue to be maintaining? Did He promise you? It is that your mother that you forget, that you now be struggling. Brother, let's do good. Let's fly back to our parents. Let's fly back to our fathers. Let's fly back to our mothers. Whatever seed you sow today, you are going to reap it. Wallahi, you are going to reap it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started a conversation with Adi ibn Atim al-Adai. And I said, Ya Adi, Aslim, Tuslim, accept the religion of Islam. You will be salvated. Zaka samun naja'a. Adi said, no, I have my religion. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Alasta Rakusiya. Are you not practicing an orthodox Christianity? Adi said, you know my religion? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Inni a'lamtu dinika minka. I know your religion better than you. Somebody that has never met Prophet Muhammad for 1 day. Brothers, every one of us, we should prepare ahead of challenges before the challenges will come. We should keep on running without even seeing something that is chasing you. Keep on running in knowledge. Keep on running in seeking for halal sustenance. If your own life is good today, what is tomorrow for your children? Yes, I've arrived. I've attained the apex of my career. I've built a house. I've done this. What is the future of your own children? All your effort for 100 years, within 100 seconds, and that will destroy everything. May Allah say if you are thinking of all this, you take it gently in this life. That all of us as we are now is an infinitesimal opportunity that we have at this point in time. Who misbehave? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Inni a'lamu dinik minka." I know your religion more than me. And again, don't you used to take mirba, 1/4 of the people that are bringing to you. Don't you used to take it? The way some of our malams, if you give them zakat, that share for the next privilege in the masallaci, and for us swallow gbogbo. That the Rakusiya and Orthodox Christianity, we have different branches of Christianity. That in your own, don't you use to swallow the 1/4 of whatever they are bringing to you? This guy was amazed. They continue a long conversation with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Immediately after the conversation, he said, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa annaka Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." He accepted Islam immediately. He was a Christian. What led him to that? Attitude of Rasulullah. Where did he meet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? In the masjid. Adi ibn Atoy, he narrated 6 or 7 ahadiths of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was there with Sayyidina Umar and Sayyidina Abu Bakr. The Ghazwa to Safain and Ghazwa to Jamal, the battle that was fought between Sayyidina Ali and Muawiyah, the son of Abu Sufyan, where the Shiites generated from. He was part of the battle. And he was on the Ali side. That is why the Shiites, they love all the Ahlul Bayt and the people that follow Ali. The ahadith of hunting in Islam as a hunter, all the ahadith like 2 or 3 like that, it was narrated by Hadi ibn Atim al-Atari. He was a what? He was a Christian, number 1. Number 2, another Christian that even lived inside Masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was called Sumama ibn Utar. Sumama ibn Utar. This Sumama also have an elegant status in the society. I told you this one was from Toy in Hill. As if you are going to Yamama. From Yamama, you go to Tabuk, where they fight the Ghazwa to Tabuk. After Tabuk, that is when we will now be going to Sham. All these are in the province of Arabian Peninsula. Sumama ibn Uthar, he was coming from Yamama. They are coming to Makkah to come and perform Umrah. And he was a Christian. We've discussed this while we were discussing about Hajj and Umrah. Before the emancipation of Islam, the Kuffar and the Mushrikun, they used to do tawaf around the Kaaba, but they do it nakedly. We've explained this nakedly. Even when it got to a time that they started wearing clothes, they are the ones that will provide the clothes you have to buy from the Quraysh. We've explained all this. So when he was coming with his entourage, he was a very handsome man, a well-built man. Sumama ibn Uthar. He was a well-built man. The companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they captured him and his entourage. They took him down to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina. On getting there, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now asked, "My companion, Don't you know who you have captured among these people? They said, we don't know. They don't know him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told them that that was Sumama ibn Usal. He wasn't a king. He's a chief that has the status of a king. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now said they should bring him for him. They should tie him to this place. They should give him his personal food that they used to give him every day. That is food, the food that they should give to Sumama. They should go and milk his she camel. They should bring the milk of his she camel and come and give to Sumama. He was single-handedly removed from other people because of his status. Brothers, let us look for Girma in the society. Wherever you are working, present yourself humbly as a respected person. Anybody that wants to cut your blood, you put that person back. That want to touch my integrity, you are a nobody. But can you say that? Because it is you and them that you are sharing the around money. It is you that you are sleeping with all the girls in your offices. It is you that your neighbor cannot keep their 3-year-old daughter with you. Can you have the audacity to say that? Any man that cannot stand on his feet that can, don't cross my boundary line. That this is my own philosophy. This is my own principle. Every man should stand on his feet that can. This is a crossroad. This is a red line. Don't cross it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, take care of Sumama ibn Usal. Very well. Sumama was a what? Was a Christian. In the masjid, it was even narrated that the pillar where they tie Sumama, where they tied him in the mosque, is still there till today. Me, I didn't see it, but I saw that of other pillars in the masjid of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina. Number one of the pillar is inside Rawdah. You know Rawdah? Rawdah is the place that if you enter here, any supplication you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will grant it. Nobody will know anybody in that Rawdah. We have saw so many governors in that day. We are pushing ourselves like this. Those that we can't even see them inside their black Maria in Nigeria. We are struggling, all of us we are struggling together. So you are nobody. You are somebody in Nigeria in your domain. You are nobody in Makkah, in Medina. Because all what they are celebrating stupidity with here, that they are stealing 80 billion, 100 billion. One small boy of 2 years in Saudi Arabia, his father had already kept 1 trillion billion riyal and dollars for him. So you are nobody. Nigeria, Sahara, you want to run Makkah. And imagine the majority of them in Saudi Arabia. All the big men you are seeing here, I don't remember Sebi in Kabani. So we go Olowo bi Olosi lo Makkah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't touch Sumama. Okay, I'm talking about the pillar. Number one, al-istawanati mukhalaqah. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before they built that mosque, at the early age of Islam in Medina, there is a spot. There was a spot where a tree is, where a tree was. It is that place that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to stand. The way I'm standing on Friday like this, that's where he used to do what? Do his khutbah. So after some time, when they built the pulpit, the member of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam moved from that place, used to go and climb the member. So anytime Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to pass in front of that trunk of tree, the tree used to cry. That the advantage I used to receive every Friday has been transported to that member. And the member, the tree that they used to make the member of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was taken from one forest in Medina. So that spot, they erected a pillar in the masjid of Nabi. It's still there today. It's written there. It's Tawanatul Mukhallaqah. So if you go, inshallah, all of us that we are going, you watch it. If you stay there and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your prayer will be answered. Number two, Ustawanat Aisha. Ustawana is what we mean by pillar. Ustawanat Aisha is a place where Aisha met some small children. They were praying, they were playing. The Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam were sitting somewhere within the mosque. Aisha now took those children there. She was talking to them. She was talking to them. Somebody now said among those companions that, you see that place that Aisha stayed? That place is a place that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to grant all your prayers. Where she was talking to those children, she must be telling them something confidential. So a pillar is also erected there. They wrote it there, Ustawanatu Aisha. The third one is Ustawanatu Abu Lubaba. Abu Lubaba was a companion of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent him to Banu Qurayza, that's one of the expeditions that happened after Ghazwatul Uhud, before Ghazwatul Khandaq, the Battle of the Trench. In between Battle of the Trench, there were 2 battles, but not ferocious like Badr, Uhud, Khandaq, and Tabuk. They were small skirmishes. So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent Abu Lubaba to Banu Qurayza that they should leave Medina, and he knew that if they didn't leave, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to kill them. So Abu Lubaba exposed the secret of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the Banu Qurayza. So immediately he did that, he realized that he has exposed the secret of Prophet Muhammad. So he rushed back to the masjid. He now went there to go and tie himself, that until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him before he can go and face Prophet Muhammad. He was there for 9 days. No eating, no drinking, nothing. Before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now revealed an ayah that we are forgiving him. Rasul said, I didn't mean he came to me direct, and I have forgiven him. But he has taken law into his hand to go and tie himself, let him be there. After 9 days. Even when Salma came, the very day that ayah was revealed, that he has been forgiven, right? Salma went to him that, Abu Lubaba, glad tidings to you, Allah has forgiven you. He said, yes, I accepted whatever you say, but I won't listen to your own. Until when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam come here. Not until when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now went there and do what? And untie him. So it's written there, Ustawanatu Abu Lubaba is part of Ustawanatu at-Tawbah. So anything you ask there for forgiveness. You know he sought for forgiveness there. Yes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive. Now, Sumama ibn Asad. Please give me 5 more minutes, let me round up. Sumama ibn Asad was somebody of an elegant status in the society. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said they should tie him to one pillar. He was tied to that pillar. So every time, if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is passing inside the masjid, Rasul will ask him, Ya Sumama, Aslim, Tuslim. Sumama, accept Islam, you will be salvated. Said, accept Islam, you will be salvated. Sumama never answered. Sumama, his response to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was that, Ya Muhammad, in Taqtul the damni, if you kill me, you're going to have the blood of an innocent person on your neck. Why in Tunihim ala Shakir? If you release me, you know that you have favored somebody who will appreciate your favor. I will do a lot of things for you. Did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam need anything from him? So he was there in the morning, in the afternoon, they are performing salawat, Hamsu salawat, in the masjid. And he was there, a kafir, tied, in the masjid of Nabi, not even our own masjid here. Will Allah not accept their prayer? So why are we killing Christians if they enter our masjid? Why are we shouting if they enter our masjid? Sumama was tied there for 3 days, and they are praying 5 daily prayers. They are making 15 prayers that they pray in front of him. After the 3rd day, Sumama, will you accept Islam? He said no. In Taqtul ala that dam. Why in Tunihim ala Shaki? I'm going to appreciate you, Muhammad. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, release Sumama, let him go. As they left Sumama, as they untied him, he started going. He got to a place maybe like we are like this clinic here. When he got there, he took his bath. Only God knows how he knew how to perform the Ghusl Duhulul Islam. He took his bath on his own. Muhammad did not do admonition to him. None of his companions did admonition to him. And he came back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa annaka Muhammad Rasulullah. They didn't recite any ayah of Quran to him. What made him to accept Islam? Because of the treatment. So why are we humiliating Christians around us? Why are you humiliating kafir, idol worshippers around you? You that you are fighting them, as Allah promised you at Jannah. That's my own question. Do your own. Call them. Did you last say Rabbika bil hikmah wal mau'izatul hasana? So Mama, after discussing with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I was going to perform Umrah when your people captured me as a prisoner of war. Can I go now? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you can go. He got to Makkah. As he was about performing his tawaf, the Quraysh saw him in his clothes. The first person that pronounced talbiyah, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda. Those of you that know it, you decide it with me. Because we are going, inshallah. Me 2 weeks ago, somebody called me that I should come and follow him to Umrah. I'm giving him condition. And I won't spend cover. He has called me. I was here on Saturday. He just called me. Can we go to Umrah together? If you buy tickets, no problem. I will talk to you again. So that means my own prayer that I've been telling us to do is coming to pass. So the first person that said, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. The first person that pronounced it in Islam was Sumama ibn Asad. A Christian. Where are the Abu Bakr? Where are the Usman? Where are the Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Usman, Umaru? Where are they? The first person that said, pronounce it. And these people were Muslim before him. Stop humiliating people of none of your faith. As he was about performing tawaf like this, they gathered around him. They want to beat him. He said, try it. When you try it, all the caravans that used to come to this place, because any caravan coming from Syria, we pass through Yamama. They don't have any other route. And you know, if you want to weaken a man, just touch his economy. Those of you that you are saying, let that will send you home for 1 month. Come on, some children. You know that you are nobody in front of your wife and your children. It's because you are bringing something on them. Baba sent this one. That's why you are valued. So they allowed him, after the threat, they allowed him to do what? To perform the Umrah. Now, just because of that threat, for almost some numbers of months, he never allowed any caravan to come to Mecca. It now became as if there was a drought. That means your dad, location number one in now, you can't go now visit people. That was how the thing happened in Mecca. They need to write to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, please help us get Sumama bin Musa. And that was the 6th year after the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers, conclusively, don't let us treat or mistreat people of other faiths. So if a Christian comes into our masjid, allow them. Allow them. What is their mission? That is what we should find out. And as soon as somebody can testify that yes, it's on our invitation, case should be closed, especially the person that is leading us prayer. Imam has so many attributes. I will discuss it though. I'm going to start from what is a masjid. Inshallah, come and see the dignity that Imam, a responsible Imam, has in Islam. Imam is not anybody that we can just maltreat anyhow. If it is the Imam that is on the middle of Idina Siratal Mustaqim. So if that Imam talk, you should respect him. You can't see one small pastor like this in the church. Or everybody is here, Baba Kepe. But it's in Islam that they say, who is this person? The person that is leading you prayer. We will get there. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So don't mistreat anybody that comes. Maybe we see this man in Bauchi, that harbor in Jos, that harbor like 200 people. They gave him national honor now, one imam like that. This national honor that they just gave. Before this national honor, President Muhammad Buhari had already invited him to Asuro. Lalong followed him. The first invitation, he followed him to Asuro to present the man. One old man, I think he's an 83 years old man. And they gave him honor. I think last month that they gave all this sum of this Nigeria of this. He harbored like 200 non-believers to his house and to his masjid that he's doing imam. Some of them now, I'm very sure they will have become Muslims. And it is this bandit that invaded their community. And he rescued them. So why should you see a Christian in the masjid? I have so many Christians that used to come here to come and listen to this sermon. So many, they will sit down there. And when it is time for a prayer, they go out. If the message is not something they can learn from, they won't come. They will come all the way from fertilizer. They will sit down there. Me, I don't even know. They not say, we heard this from you. So brothers, let's take it easy. The incident of last week should not repeat itself or anywhere we find ourselves. Don't mistreat anybody. Because what you are doing, Allah has not guaranteed that He has accepted it from you. Then 2 weeks ago that I said so, one sister met me there and complained to me that one brother embarrassed them here. These sisters were the one in that corner before. But alhamdulillah, our Juma is expanding. We are having brothers coming for the Salat. So we have outweighed their number. I never knew that incident happened when somebody called me that she please announce that our sister should be staying at the back. It was after that my announcement that our sister called me that okay, this is what happened last week. That was 3 weeks ago. So the way we talk to people, we should be very mindful of it. We should see how we bring people to Islam, not the way we send people away. Because that sister told me that if not because you are coming because of Allah, we will never come and pray here again. I swear to God, your sister is working here. That was what she told me. So let's see how we bring people more into Islam instead of sending the people that their faith is not even well established. Sending them. Anybody that leaves Islam because of you, you have a case in sight of Allah. Whoever you are, whatever situation you find yourself, whichever kind of tool you are holding, know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you about everything. It's not that I'm saying to Allah is going to ask you, did we send you? Is it the right thing that you read that you are telling them? Allah is going to ask. That's why you should be careful when you are talking and why you are relating with people. إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Allah is asking us to do good, to be just, and to remember our family. وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي, all those evil vices, all those misconduct, Allah said we should try as much as possible to abstain ourselves from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and continue to establish our feet on the right path. Nigeria, Allah, we are asking you for divine intervention. Our economy is in a total shambles. Allah, we are asking you, wherever we might have got it wrong, Allah forgive us. Allah, we are asking you, please forgive us. Allah, please, we are asking you, forgive us. We know we have wronged you, but we are here calling on to you, the way they are calling to you on other various places. Allah, please intervene for us. Nigeria is a blessed land. A lot of natural resources, a lot of human resources. Allah, we are asking you, let us benefit from all these resources you are giving us. Our security brothers that we have been praying together, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide you and protect you. The weapons you are using to protect us, may they not use it against you. The attitude that will continue to be propelling you, that what you are carrying will not be instigating you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to protect you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be your hidayah. Wherever you leave your family, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with them. We too, that we are laborers, and those of you that you are organs, the best decision that will favor us, favors the company that we are, favor Islam, that will make us to be a good ambassador of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us in taking those decisions. Ramadan is fast approaching. Month of probably March 23. Hajj is fast approaching. Allah, we are asking you for your ni'mah. Allah, we are asking you for your irshad. Allah, we are asking you with your rufa. Allah, count us among the people that will live to witness Ramadan in good condition. Those that will go for this Hajj, Allah, count us among them. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. This project that brought every one of us together, Allah, we are asking you, let it see the light of the day. Whenever I start operation, Allah, let the resources of this place benefit every one of us. Wherever we are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let's benefit from this effort we have put in. Brothers, those of you that you are still stealing diesel, you are still stealing cable, and those of you that you are supporting them, you are clearing the road for them. And those of you that you are changing figure in the office, Allah knows every one of us. May Allah provide a lawful means of survival for us so that we can leave all these evil practices. ولا حول ولا قوة